Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is lecture number 6 of the chapter Current Electricity. I hope you have seen the previous 5 videos of this chapter, then only you will understand this lecture. So in this lecture, we have to understand what is conductance. So see, before conductance, we have studied what is resistance. What was resistance? The obstruction offered to the flow of electrons. So resistance is the obstruction. So opposite of resistance is conductance. So definition of conductance is the readiness or ease with which the electric current flows in a conductor. So the conductance is the readiness or ease with which a electric current is flowing in a conductor. So I have a conductor. So how much is the electric current is flowing through it, with how much readiness? That is called conductance. If more is the ease or more is the readiness, then my conductance is more, and if my conductance is more, then my resistance is less. So if you see, if the electrons are flowing very easily, then the ease or the readiness becomes more. If this ease and readiness becomes more, then the conductance becomes more. If the conductance becomes more, then the resistance subsequently becomes less. So what I can say, resistance and conductance, they are just opposite to each other. Yes, exactly. So I have one more definition also. Another definition is what? Reciprocal of resistance is called conductance. So reciprocal of resistance is called conductance. Okay. So resistance is the obstruction and the conductance is the ease with which it flows. So this is the definition with which we will get a formula, and this is the definition by which we will understand what is conductance. So reciprocal of resistance is called conductance. By looking at this definition, I can say conductance is equal to what? Reciprocal of resistance. So it becomes 1 by resistance. So reciprocal of conductance is resistance. So conductance is 1 by resistance, right? If I look at the SI unit, SI unit of resistance is ohm. So what is the SI unit of conductance? See, if I talk about the SI unit, that becomes what? SI unit of conductance. So 1 by resistance. What is the unit of resistance? SI unit of resistance, that is ohm. So 1 by ohm, that becomes ohm to the power of -1. So the SI unit of conductance is ohm inverse. Ohm inverse. We say this as ohm inverse. SI unit of resistance is ohm and SI unit of conductance becomes ohm inverse. Clear? Now previously, to calculate the resistance in just the previous video, what we have done? For resistance, we will compare and study, so it becomes easier for you to understand. So for resistance, how we are calculating the resistance from the graph? We were drawing actually a VI graph, okay, a VI graph. But for conductance, we will draw a graph, but that will not be a VI graph, but we will just interchange it. So that becomes a IV graph. So for conductance, we will draw a IV graph. Okay. So this difference you should know. For resistance, we have a VI graph, and for conductance, we have a IV graph. And remember, VI graph and IV graph are not same or not similar to each other. Okay, so let's just understand this IV graph in a little more detailed manner. Okay. Okay, so for a conductance, we need to draw a IV graph. IV graph for conductance, right? Let's understand it. Suppose we take a graph. Okay, this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. And this x-axis will now represent voltage. And this y-axis will now represent current, because this is a IV graph, not a VI graph. And suppose I take a line like this. Okay, so this is one slope given, this is one line graph given, and someone asks me to calculate the slope of it. Yes, I can easily calculate the slope of it, because how to calculate the slope? In maths, you have studied this thing. Slope is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. That is a change in the ordinate by change in abscissa. X, y, the y are called the ordinate and x is called the abscissa. So slope is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This formula you must have studied in maths. Now we will make use of this formula only. But see, y represents what? Y represents current, right? So this formula can be little upgraded. So instead of writing y2 minus y1, I can easily write this, because y represents what? Y represents current and x represents voltage. So instead of writing y2 minus y1, I'll write this as I2 minus I1. And this x2 minus x1, this I'll write as, x represents what? Voltage. I'll write as V2 minus V1. So if you are not understanding, let me make you understand that I'll take any 2 points. Suppose I take 1 point over here and another I take 1 point over here. For this point, say for this point, the point I can represent this as x1 and y1, and for this point I'll represent it by x2 and y2. Okay, these are the coordinates of it. Now, as I told you, x represents what? X represents voltage and y represents what? Current. So this x2 and y2, can I write this as x2 and y2 like this way? x2 represents what? X represents voltage. So I can write this as V2, and this y represents as I2. And similarly, over here also I can do x1, y1. So this becomes what? V1, and this becomes I1. I hope you understood, because x represents, this x-axis represents voltage. So this x2 becomes V2 and y2 becomes, and this x1 becomes V1. And since y represents current, so y2 becomes I2 and y1 becomes I1. So that is why I have changed this formula in this way. Now, after this, this slope, I2 minus I1, that is what? Change in current. Change in current is represented by delta I. And V2 minus V1, that is the change in voltage, that is delta V. So ultimately I am writing over here, so slope becomes how much? Slope becomes delta I by delta V. Clear? Now, I will just write this form in a different way. I can write this form as this way. Slope is equal to 1 by delta V by delta I. So this delta I by delta V can be written in this way. Yes, it can be written. Like, of course, 2 by 3, can't it be written like as 1 by 3 by 2? Yes, it 2 by 3 is written as 1 by 3 by 2. Similarly, delta, this way, delta I and delta V, delta I by delta V is represented as 1 by delta V by delta I, right? So ultimately, I can say slope is equal to what? Now delta V by delta I. What is delta V by delta I? Already in the previous video I have told you, V by I. V by I, this ratio represents what? Resistance. So delta V by delta I represents what? Resistance. So slope for a IV curve doesn't represent resistance, but it represents 1 by resistance. It represents 1 by resistance. And what is 1 by resistance? We have just now studied. 1 by resistance is called as conductance. So slope for a IV curve represents conductance, and slope for a VI graph that we just did in the previous video, that represents resistance. I hope these 2 points you understand it. So I'll just write over here. I hope you understood this point. So ultimately I can say if you see for a VI graph, it represents resistance and IV graph represents conductance. So slope represents resistance. So for a VI graph, if I calculate the slope, I'll get the resistance. And for a IV graph, if I calculate the slope, I'll get 1 by resistance. And 1 by resistance is what? Conductance. So slope is equal to conductance, right? So for IV graph, slope represents conductance. For a VI graph, the slope represents resistance. If you understood till here, then we can give this answer. A similar question is given in your book. This is IV. This is the IV graph. And I have represented the graph for two conductors. So suppose this is conductor A and this is suppose this is conductor A and this is conductor B. I have represented two graphs. They're asking me which has more resistance. For an IV graph, the question over here, which has more resistance. Now how to solve this? See, you have to understand the basic thing, that slope of a IV graph represents what? 1 by resistance. It represents 1 by resistance. So who has more slope? A has more slope or B has more slope? You can easily say A has more slope. So slope of A is greater than slope of B. This part is clear, that A is more steeper and B is less steeper. So slope of A is more than slope of B. Now we know slope represents what? 1 by resistance. So if slope of A is more than slope of B, that means what? Resistance of A, if slope of A is more, then this slope, okay, if you do it mathematically also you can do it. Slope of A is greater than slope of B, but slope represents what? 1 by resistance. So I can say 1 by resistance of slope of A is greater than 1 by resistance of B. Okay. Now you just cross multiply. Resistance of B comes over here and slope resistance of A goes over there. I'm writing over here. So resistance of B comes over here. And resistance of A goes over there. So ultimately what you are getting? That resistance, now B has more resistance. and A has less resistance. You can do it in this way also. So B has more resistance, or if I do it in a simple way, then you will understand. Okay, in a simple way, if I have to do it in a simple way, what is the slope of a IV graph? What does slope of a IV curve represents? Slope represents not resistance but conductance. So this is a simple thing. Slope of IV graph represents conductance. So which has more slope, that has more conductance. So A has more slope. A has more slope. If A has more slope, then A has more conductance. So A conducts more. So and B will conduct, and I can say what? For B has less slope. B has less slope. If B has less slope, that means what? B has less conductance. I can say like this way also. So B has less slope means what? B has less conductance. If B has less conductance means what? B conducts less. That means what? B has more resistance. If B conducts the current less, that means what? B is offered more resistance. So if B has less conductance, that means what? B has more resistance. Okay. So just this, if B, for the conductor B, the current cannot flow. That means what? It has less conductance. That means what? It cannot flow. That means it will be offered more resistance. So answer is B has more resistance. So answer is B. So which has more resistance? B. So if you have seen the previous video where I've done it for VI graph, over there the answer was A. Now for the IV graph, the answer became B. So you have to see which, so in the exam you have to see which graph is given. If it is given VI graph or it is given IV graph. VI graph will be, if it is given, that slope will give you the resistance, and for IV graph the slope will give you conductance. So just remember these small points, and I think you can do this. You can understand this topic very well. So till here, if you have watched, very good. Then, and if you have any doubts or queries, you can ask in the comment section. So till here, take care. Bye bye.